knackered my blade. Who built this stud wall spiked the nails in the bottom of these studs that way, so the nails are in there. Same on that side, nails go like that. Fucking idiots. Right. Right, a bit of a gap up there, but all these heads are different height. Don't know if you can see. So just got to notch this bottom out a bit. I'll try and show you a better angle. When you're knocking something off like that, don't go straight to the line, go slightly above. That'll tell you which way the grain's going, because you might go on the line and then it's going down there. But that one's sloping up. Right, this one. Good state of that. Yeah. WTF. Right, so I'm fitting this first frame. What I've done, I put a packer in the top there, packer in the bottom. This wall's pretty level because it's freshly built. But you don't want to start at nothing, you know, you don't want to be hard back to the frame because you've got no way of going backwards if you find a problem somewhere along the line. So, packer there, packer at the bottom. And what I'm doing at the moment is, so that's plumb across. So what I'm doing at the moment is packing it in between. I put one in there, I'll put another one about there. So there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 screws. If that's plumb, you want that plumb there, level should I say, which it is. But what I've had to do, you see the floor? What I've had to do is put a packer under there. We don't want to lose height by, I could cut this, but then you lose height in the door frame, you know, up to here. You'd lose, you know, I'd have to chop more off the bottom of the door. There's quite a thick carpet going in here, so we want this frame up. But I've got my square because you could put this frame in, you know, at an angle like that if you wanted. As long as it was parallel, your door would still fit it. But you need the top to be square. You need this to be square here. Which it is pretty much. They haven't put a timber in the top of that. That's lazy, isn't it? Right, so 2 more packers, then I'll pack this one out so that it's parallel. I'll put my level on it, you know, my long level there to make sure it's straight, but parallel's the most important because, like I say, you could put the door on the piss like that, but as long as it was parallel it'd fit. Bunch of packers, hardboard, 6mm, 9mm in here as well, 9mm, 12mm. There's some 18 as well somewhere. There's 9mm. And I've got plastic packers, so I can go down to like 1mm, up to 6. They come in packs like that. And I've got, I think they're in here, I've got these as well. These are sometimes useful for, if you don't want to take the screw out, you can just loosen the screw, pry it forward a little bit and slide this in, because sometimes if you take the screws out then you try and wriggle another packer and you start losing the packers that you've already got in there. This is good just for sliding in and adding a fraction. I use these little yellow ones the most because it's normally a fine adjustment. So put a packer in. Feels a bit tight, but find me hammer. Oh. I'll put my level on it. And if you can see, there's a little gap there. And it's thrown it slightly out of plumb. But when I stick the screw in, it'll pull it in, or it might do. You can't tell until you put the screw in. 3-inch screws, 70mm screws. See, it moved it in then. That'll do me. Right. Now, like I say, I'll pack top and bottom. Put some screws in there, a couple of screws in there, and then I'll pack the middle out straight, making sure that that distance is the same. Alright, so I've just got one screw in there. This is plumb. So it's got a bend in the middle, because I haven't packed the middle out yet. I've just packed it at the bottom to get it plumb. It's the same distance top, bottom. But what I need to do now is make sure it's not twisted. So what I'm doing is looking at this edge here and this edge here. You line them up to make sure they're not twisted like that. Radiator's in the way a little bit. But that's not bad. I'll bang a screw in the bottom and have another look, see how it goes. It's the same with all of these. When I put them in, you can see better on that one, I think. That back line there and this front edge. This one isn't fitted yet. Right, a bit of a muggy day today. Right, you need your level on that point there, and where I put the screw down there. You see, if I put it there, see the bottom of the frame kicks out, so I need to have my level on there, because when I pack it out up here, it'll seesaw a little bit on that packer. So that there, that and that bottom one. Put a couple of packers in there. I don't know if you can see, there's a little gap there. So I need to come out another 2mm. That's a 9 and a 6. I could put 2 9s in, or an 18. Sometimes 18mm comes in at 17mm. So 2 9s might be 18, but an 18mm piece might be 17mm. So could put a piece of hardboard in, but that's normally about 3 or 4mm. Could put a white packer in, they're 3 I think. 3mm, yeah. There's 18mm up. What does that measure? See, that's more like 17mm rather than 18. So I'll swap that and just see. I'll have to just keep juggling. Alright, so that's what I went with. 9, 6, and that little white packer that's 3mm. 18, that 18 was too much. So that's plumb and straight. We'll get another packer in here. You got to be mindful of where your hinges are going to go. You don't want to be chopping in, you know, where there's a bloody screw in the way. Middle one normally just goes in middle, so there and there's okay. And then bottom one, depending on where you live, 6, 9, 11, 12, all sorts of different sizes. That's sticking forward. Massive gap there. And when I fix it, I'm only going to get 2 screws in, sort of there, not too close to the edge. I'm going to have to spike them in so that they don't just pop off the edge of the block, pop off the edge of the block. That side's alright. Nice timber. Inch and a half. So, to minimise the amount of packing I've got to do there, I'm going to put a good 18-inch packer in there. It's hung on that side, so that suits me. I prefer to fix the hanging side first. And then this will be whatever it is. Loads of foam. Right, that wasn't too bad. I moved it over 12mm ply, just so that I had... Back off. Right, that wasn't too bad. I started off with 12mm on this side. This wall was pretty straight, so it's 12mm all the way down. And then this side, I just had to knock off bits of plaster here and there so that I can get back to brickwork. And I used 120mm screws, brown plugs, a 7mm bit in the SDS there. That was alright. Just to start off, there's a pencil mat there, you can't see it, but I put a screw in the bottom just to hold that leg, and I'd already fixed the top, so it was just a case of packing it straight in the middle. I'll get some foam on it that'll hold it a bit better. It's quite firm anyway. I put this in portrait mode just so you can see. What I did was made this frame to suit the opening, you know, but that left it flush at the bottom, but it stuck out 30 or 40mm at the top there. You see, even now, it's not far back there. It's sticking out there. So what I've decided to do is fit the casing as it should be. So this is just forward just a little bit, but it's pretty flush there. That's plumb, that's plumb, slightly forward there, but it's flush almost at the top there. But it sticks out. That's 50mm. What's it down there? 40mm. 50mm. 48. And that's 40mm. So what I'm going to do is rip 40mm off this casing all the way around the outside, which means that that'll be back behind the plaster. So I'm going to knock that shit plaster off, and then I'll have to plaster up to the frame, make the wall fit the frame rather than me trying to make the frame fit the wall. Sodom. So if I'm going back 40mm from that point, it'll be about there. So let's take this frame out. I was lucky. Didn't know that was there. Right. I've got to repair the floor and then I can get the casing in. I've got a record from when I cut my fucking fingers off. That's the day I cut my fingers off. This didn't come with a fence.
Did it?
Mm.
That's surprising.
FFX.
That's where I get my stuff from. Some of it.
They
Power Tool makes another one as well. I like.
D&M.
Yeah, D&M Tools, another one.
If you
We must all be shopping at the same place.
If you go with D&M, they have this advertising. It says parallel guide.
Mm.
But FFX don't list that.
Yeah, right.
You just assume it comes with all.
No, they normally do, don't they?
Bit of a wobble there.
I think that's alright.
Be right.
Hang it over.
Better the way it was.
Yeah.
Because I got a fit down there.
Yeah. Which way you want to go? You want to come down?
I'm going to start here. Fanning around, fucking filming a lot of time. Sweet.
Lovely. That's better than taking it apart, isn't it?
Well, they're all blue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure, mate.
See how that fits now.
Yeah.
Well, look, they're the
Shouldn't
different.
have to be fucking checking their work out as they're all doing it.
No, they're
I did
the.
downstairs to notice.
They've got a different mindset about getting it all straight and that lot, and
They're
it's
not
not.
looking at it like you or me
No.
look at it. They look at it as, you know, it's a different. The thing is as well, it's more so when it's old. They're all right if you're going on brand new work. You know, they're just following it. I think it's when there's something like this where.
Well, there's a bit more thinking involved in there. Right, I'm going to seal this side so when the plasters up to it, it doesn't soak the wood and warp it and everything. So I'm going to use this, which is CBR. It's like a bonding, like a waterproof bonding. Blather it on. It's a bit like PVA, you know, bonding, but this stuff doesn't I can't think what the word is. PVA, when you get PVA wet, it becomes active. I think that's the right word. It becomes active again. This stuff doesn't. I don't know a huge amount about it either. It smells more like a plastic sort of. And yeah, I bought a new saw. It's the 40-volt one. After I did this staircase, you know, the zigzaggy things with my little Bosch. My little Bosch is alright, but at 44mm, it was pretty much at its maximum. So yeah, bought a new saw. It's very nice saw. Didn't come with a fence though, which is annoying.